What's everybody, the Tech Piano Player Kid here.
You are currently on a button. To click this button, press Control Option Space Desktop on Dante.
Sorry guys, that was my computer. So today I'm going to be showing you how to remove the hard drive from a MacBook Pro 2012/2011. Now the newer ones, where they're SSD drives, I believe they're a lot harder to remove, and I'm not sure how to do that. But we're not going to do that today. We're going to do external hard drive, the internal hard drives. So this is my brother's old computer. I gave him my other old one because his is not working. So we're going to use this. And he does have a backup, so we're good to go. So first what you want to do is you need a Phillips screwdriver. And I would recommend getting a small bowl to put these screws in because some of these are super tiny. So on the top there are 4 screws. On the sides there are, well, 1 on each side, and then on the bottom there are 4 more screws. So basically you have 10 screws to remove, if I calculated that correctly. So we're going to do that now. Now guys, I would not do this if you don't know what you're doing. But if you have done this before, then I know you can't really see me unscrewing this because I don't really have a way of doing this, but I will show you when it's unscrewed. So there's 3 long screws and the other ones are short. I don't know why that's like that, but that's Apple for you. Oh, come on. Now with these smaller screws, they're hard to get aligned. Oh, it almost clicked. Come on. There we go. Yeah, these, and it doesn't matter which way you go. The small screws don't matter which holes they go in. That's just the bigger ones you want. Yeah. And the way I have this is I have the computer set with the where you open the computer facing towards me. So the back of the computer is facing away from me, basically. I mean, I don't think it really matters, but to me, I just want it that way. It makes more sense. So, yeah. And we're almost done. One more screw to remove. And, oops, I did not untighten that good enough. There we go. Okay. So now we just lift off, just like that. And here's this. And it does look a little dirty in there. That's my brother for you. He basically eats with his computer. And it is a little dusty in there. Whew. Okay. So here is what the computer looks like. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. So you want the hard drive facing the bottom left-hand corner. And you notice there's a little, I mean, you probably didn't see it, but there's a little tab there. Now when you pull it, obviously it won't move. Above there is there's 2 screws right above the hard drive. And there's a little plastic thing holding that part in. So let's go and unscrew that. Now guys, before you do this, make sure the computer is turned off. And that doesn't mean the computer is just closing the computer, doesn't mean it actually turns off the computer just when it's closing it. You want to actually physically turn off the computer. So like, you know, by, turning it off. I dislike screws sometimes. There we go. I found what? Just a moment, guys. We're having some technical difficulties. There we go. There's in the now it's in the screw. Wasn't in there correctly.
Authentication. Login. Window. Logged in. Baby. QuickTime Player.
Okay. Okay. Ooh. And that's why you don't let screws drop. It sounded like I hit that. Alright guys, I'll be back. Alright guys, so a word of advice. Always put the screws in place, you know, make sure you don't drop the screws. So I put the screw back in because, you know, I didn't want to lose it because I was going upstairs for something. So we're going to remove the 2 screws, as I told you. Apparently where the black part is, right above the hard drive. So we'll take that off. Put it in there. Now keep in mind, those screws and the long screws in there, they're slightly different lengths, so be careful. Alright. So I'll go ahead and remove that screw from the plastic thing, so in case we don't lose the screw itself. Okay. So you have this little plastic thing here that comes out right with the hard drive. Now, be careful. Do not yank this thing out because it's still connected to a wire. So there's a little tab here. For those of you who can't see, I'm just flipping it. You lift that up and it comes out. And as you notice, there's a wire right here. Now be careful because these can rip easily from what I've heard. So on the very bottom, there's a little thing there you can put your finger in and just pull it out, and there you go. Here's the hard drive itself. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, that's the hard drive for the MacBook Pro. Now I believe you can open this itself, but you need a Torx 6 screw, and I'm not going to go into this because I haven't done that kind of stuff, and I believe you can also use these to remove it and put a SSD drive in there. But I think the best way to do it is just to order an SSD drive itself and then just put it back in here and connect it via SATA cable. So we'll put it back in here, connect the hard drive, put it back in. Put the plastic thing in, and yes, it does matter which way it goes. The part with the phone, like with the little on one side, they have like little rubber things on them that goes toward the hard drive, and it just fits nice and snug in there. Now we need to find the right screw. That's if I can find the right screw. Okay, those are not it. Or that isn't it, that's what I should say. Come on. Okay, that's one of them, I think. Yep, that's one of them. Okay. So we'll insert that in there. Let's give it a twist, and then we can tighten it. Now guys, a word of advice, do not mess with the battery. I was going to try and take it out, and my dad told me not to, because you can probably get shocked from that. Ooh, I'm glad that did not fall. And there's the other screw, I think. Yep. And that will go right there. Now guys, I'm not going to go into what else you can do on these things. I mean, you could practically take this whole computer apart if you wanted to. I'm not going to go into that. First of all, it's because I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do it, but I don't know where each screw is. Now, one thing I can show you is removing the RAM chip cards. That's easy. There you go. There's a little thing you have to take off, and then these are the RAM chip cards. There's 2 of them. Why is there 2? Well, usually a computer, these have like at least 4 or 8. Mine has 16. Now I can't change this because it's soldered into the motherboard. So the newer ones are like that. I mean, if you really wanted to, I guess you could do it. But I don't think you could. No, these older ones, you can change them. So we're going to put the cover back on. There we go. And put the screws back in. And it does not matter which screws go in first, but I usually try to do the long ones first, just to get them out of the way. And the short one on the top, so I don't have to, worry about reaching all the way up there. Make sure they're tight, but don't make them too tight. You want to make them tight enough that they won't fall out. But at the same time, you want to tap them up so tightly that it's going to, And we have the last long screw. And we have one short screw on the top left. I don't know why that's like that, but that's how it is on these things. Now the really, really, really small screws that go in there, they don't matter. It doesn't matter which holes they go. Obviously, with the bigger screws you can't put them in there. But after you put the long screws in, then it doesn't matter where all the other screws go, because they're all the same size. And as I said, I recommend getting a little holder or like a little bowl to put the screws in, because these things are tiny. I mean, these will be especially hard to find if you drop them on the floor, especially on carpet. Word of advice, do not do so. Dropping on the carpet, I mean. And if you do, well, let's just say you will have a very, 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 very hard time finding them. I was in that dilemma one time, and luckily I found it. And how I managed to do that, I have no idea. And the way I'm doing this is I'm attaching the screw to the screwdriver and holding it, and then just letting it slide in, and then you hear that little click. I just turn it the way I would turn it to loosen it, and then it will click into place, and then I just turn it in. And sometimes it won't work very well, so that's okay. I'll just untighten it again. And tighten it back up. And for some reason it will not tighten. There it goes. Sometimes you just have to turn a little harder. But it's in there. All right. Next one. And last one. Now I have to think where this one goes, because I do not remember. I think it was right here. Yep. And voila. Computer is put back together. Now there's some loose... What? Oh, yeah. This is a little... This is actually very... Ooh. Yeah, my brother broke this, and it's already coming apart. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, my brother dropped this a couple times, and it needs to be... Ooh. Yeah, the screen's coming apart, guys. Ooh, my, oh my. Like, not the screen itself, but, like, this part, the lid part, that middle part is coming off. I mean, I could probably right now just, like, take the whole thing off. I'm not going to. It should snap into place, but it's not. Anyway, that is it for this video. So if you guys have any questions, comments, put them down below. And remember to like, subscribe, turn on my post notifications, and you can also follow my Twitter, the same as my YouTube channel name, and you can check it there out. Follow me there, ask me questions if you want, and message me. Excuse me, private message me as well. And I will all see you later in the next video. The Tech Piano Player Kid is out.
Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. Follow my Twitter, which is linked to my channel.